I don't want to be rude, but I just don't want to speak to you. I have nothing to say. Nothing I gotta say is gonna make sense, okay?
In order, look, you want this to end. I know you want this to be over. I know you came in voluntarily. This thing must be weighing very heavily in your mind.
That's not important. That's not important. Get to the point. Get to the point.
Point. Now, you do have the right to remain silent. You know that.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I just don't know what to say to you.
Do you understand that you don't have to talk to
Yes,
us?
okay, and it's
Do you also?
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you.
All right.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I apologize for it, but I apologize. I know I'm not being civil because for you this is all business. That's what it is for you. It's just all business, you know. I don't want to be rude to you. I'm sorry. You say I have the right to remain silent.
Yes.
That's what I prefer to do. That's what I prefer. I'm sorry. I'm not hiding behind this thing, but just when I hear it, I don't know how I can explain this to you as individuals, but just it makes I can't stand it. Just the sound. It's all, you know. If you want the information, I'm giving you the information. And if you want to know something, the worst that is said about me is true. For a period of time, I was a cold-blooded murderer. Now, they didn't. I mean, that may not even come to pass, but that's what I really was. Okay. Now, I'll just leave it there. I'll sign it. You have all the facts and what you want to do with it. But to hear people saying all the time what is right and what is wrong, and people don't even know. They don't even know. You know how sick your legal system makes me, Miss. I just don't want to talk to you. You decide what's right. The people will. You're so competent. The people will. Oh, God. The people will. You know, I tell you that the government and the city is a disgrace. And if you don't, and look, I may be the biggest piece of shit in the world, and you can drag me through the dirt. I don't care. I've heard things said about me that I was uncivil, okay? Or I acted in an uncivilized way. And the most, if you think this is vicious, if you know what was in my mind, the most vicious thing that I can think of is that person who said that. I wish that they were sitting there in that seat instead of me. That would have been beautiful. I mean, I wish I was never there, and they were there. That would have been great. People talk about law and order and, you know, and lawlessness. You talk about lawlessness. The city doesn't care about lawlessness. You talk about anarchy. That's what there is now. I don't care what you do. It doesn't matter. You see, I'm not hiding anything. But all this is it's like a dam, and water is filling up behind it, and eventually, and this is just a crack in the dam, or a little hole that's in the dam, and eventually something. What I did down there, let's say it's wrong. That doesn't bother me. But what this did is, it showed the system as being a sham, because people who are violent are just let back out on the street again and again, and they're charged with nothing. Do you understand that? If a person has to be reduced to this kind of animal to survive in the city, I mean, if you're a rat, okay, I was vicious. I don't deny it. If you take a rat and you corner it, and you, let's say just one time you start poking it with red needles, and the rat doesn't know how to react, and you do this, okay, and wind up doing it again, or, you know, perhaps again. And if once in a while the rat turns viciously on you and becomes a total vicious killer, which is really what I was, then don't put fancy statements of morality saying, well, this was not warranted, or this was, he should have done this, or all he had to do was show the gun. I've been in situations where I've shown the gun. What happened here is I snapped when I saw this one fellow, when I saw the gleam in his eye and the smile on his face, and the safety joke, when I saw his smile and the look in his eye, and you can't understand this because how can people like you be familiar with violence? If you have a skull, it's a glass globe in the center. People can come up to that skull, and they can break the teeth and break the jaw and whatever, and they'll have to wire up the jaw together and put the teeth in and patch up, and the glass globe inside is shattered still. And on the outside, everything is fine, so long as things on the surface are patched up. The city says fine, everything's okay, and it's not like that. Now, you're not familiar with violence. I told the guys I wanted to kill those guys. I wanted to maim those guys. I wanted to make them suffer in every way I could. And you can't understand this because it's a realm of reality that you're not familiar with. If I had more bullets, I would have shot them all again and again. My problem was I ran out of bullets. What you have here is nothing more than a vicious rat. That's all it is. It's not taking the law in your own hands. You can label that. This is survival instinct, okay? And you can condemn it all you want. I just don't care anymore.